Wedding season is in full swing, but before you say I do, it's important to make sure you're on the same financial page with your forever beau. Getting married is a big commitment, and making sure your finances are in check should be part of your wedding plans. So before hitting the honeymoon phase, Schoolsfirst Federal Credit Union is here to help soon-to-be newlyweds plan for a happily ever after when it comes to the money talk. Here to tell us more about the pros and cons of merging your finances is Dejan Ellis, Membership Development Specialist with Schoolsfirst Federal Credit Union. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so a lot of couples are planning to say I do. There are so many topics that should be discussed before a couple goes ahead and walks down the aisle, and money is arguably one of the most important ones. So a lot of couples, they struggle to decide whether they should merge their accounts or not. Can you kind of help us understand the advantages of merging those finances?
Yes, a great question. I'm super excited for all the newlyweds out there. Sometimes finances can be a little confusing for starters, but it doesn't have to be. It can actually be really easy. Just the simple fact that your funds are all in one place, you can truly see where you're spending and where you're saving, and you can make those adjustments on the fly to reach those savings goals, or even for future planning, like purchasing your first home or even a vehicle. And those are really big purchases. So when it comes time to combine your credit scores, especially with good credit history, it can really lead to having better interest rates and even low to no fees. So it's really amazing.
Yeah, and are there any instances where merging your finances may not be the best idea?
Yes. I try not to laugh, right? But what works best for some may not work best for all, and many may feel like it limits their ability to reach their financial goals, especially when it comes to attaining wealth or investments that they may be planning. And we all have our own financial personalities.
Yes.
Some of us are spenders, some of us are savers. Saver, guilty as charged. So it may lead to conflict and even stress when it comes to the discussion. It could make it difficult to find a happy medium.
Mm-hmm. So for those who are ready to take the next financial step, what is the best way to merge their finances successfully?
Yeah, so you truly want to lay it out, look at all of your finances, and what that involves is pulling your credit reports, really looking at any outstanding loans that you may have, looking at your wealth and investments that you're planning for now and even in the future, and truly looking at all of your assets, so that way there's no any underlying questions for creating your financial game plan.
All right, so you said game plan. Walk me through that financial game plan.
I did say game plan, yes. So the financial game plan, it does have very many moving pieces, but truly what you're doing is you're creating a budget so that way you can make your monthly bills on time. It's really adding clarity to the topic of finances. Sometimes you may learn something new that you didn't know about finances. So it's really opening those underlying questions, and it's really making sure that you can pay your bills on time and reach those savings goals. And there's really important questions that you do have to ask yourself when creating this plan, right? So for example, how will you go about making your bills every month? How we go about paying those? Will it be an automatic transfer, manual transfer, so you go online yourself? Or will you pay by check? People still pay by check, trust me. And who will be responsible for making those monthly payments? Usually there's one within the relationship that is the go-getter at making those payments. And now that you have this joint account, how and when will you go about making that transfer into it? And finally, will you have your own individual accounts after you create this joint account? And then once all those details are ironed out, you're ready to get started with your joint savings and checking.
Yeah, and it's so important to have those conversations before saying I do, just to make sure you're on the same page and you're working towards those goals together. Any final tips, Dejan?
Yes. So at the end of the day, you do have to do what works best for you both as a couple. Really walk into it with an open mind for your spouse's concerns and financial goals. It takes two to tango, right? You really have to work together. And we're only human, right? Don't be afraid to get help. There are financial planners out there for a reason. And I would recommend, just like you said, before you say I do, right? Go see that financial planner. It'll truly take that off your plate. You can just focus on you both on your special day. And if they need any information, they can definitely check out our website at schoolsfirstfcu.org.
All right, all helpful tips. Dejan, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
You bet. And you can visit one of the many Schoolsfirst Federal Credit Union branch locations as seen on the screen. And as always, you can find out more by going to schoolsfirstfcu.org.